come in. We'll tag people.
We are live.
We are live. Perfect.
Early. 3 minutes early.
Early is not usually in my vocabulary, so digging this. Welcome, everybody.
Okay, 2 minutes early.
All right. Hey, this must be us. Are we here?
I've already clicked it, so.
You're on top of it. Okay.
Here we go.
Yes. One person watching. Hello. Nice to see you. Happy Wednesday.
It is a happy Wednesday.
Yes. It's a little humid. It's out. I think it rained.
It did rain. It rained pretty hard for a little while.
Hi, Edie. Hi, Carol. Boom here. I love that.
Yes. I do love that.
Yeah, so it's nice and humid outside, but we are going to cook. Yep.
We are, but we're not going to turn on the big oven.
Correct. That'd be
because it's still pretty sunny and hot. So out there, but at least it's not coming inside.
So true.
Hot.
So true.
So.
All right. Well,
hi, Marcia.
Welcome to those of you that have been here before. We're so happy to see you again. I love seeing these names.
Yes.
Time after time.
It's fantastic. I love everything about it.
So I'm Kat Ludwig, dietitian.
I am Stephanie Pepper. I'm a speech pathologist.
And we're the Dysphagia duo.
We are.
Happy 3rd anniversary to us 3 days ago.
That's true.
We made it 3 years.
It was 3 days ago. I thought about it on that day.
I don't think I did. I was probably distracted. Whoops. But we are still having fun doing this. And still making plans, and so it's wonderful. Therese says, just had a little funnel cloud, all good now, in Beaver Dam and waiting for you ladies. Thank you for being here, Therese, despite the little funnel cloud.
Yeah, you're getting more weather than we are. And Therese, we will see you here in a couple of weeks.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Yes.
Hi, Karen. So, it's National Fresh Spinach Day.
And the fresh spinach in the garden, it's all burned up. So we had to buy some.
Yes. And I did get the organic because they stopped making the non-organic in the larger size. And I like to buy the 1 pound container.
Yeah.
Because it goes farther. And if I don't eat it all, I give it to the bunny rabbits. And they love it. So, hey. Okay. So, what are we making?
Well, we've got some eggs out here.
Okay.
And
red onion, zucchini, garlic,
spinach,
and then avocado oil.
So tell us about that. You were excited about that avocado oil.
I love avocado oil. So most of the time when we're cooking, we love olive oil. But olive oil, you can't get up to a high temperature because it degrades more than we would like it to. Mm-hmm. So I like avocado oil because it has a higher smoke point, and so it doesn't break down when you get it too hot.
Got ya.
So it's a healthy fat. Avocado we love.
We've talked about avocado a lot.
Anti-inflammatory.
Yep.
We want you to add it to your diet. It's a great thing to use if you don't like mayo. You can do mashed avocado instead of mayo. Mm-hmm. It's great as a spread. It's great in all kinds of things. And it's smooth and goes down pretty easy. Mm-hmm. High calorie. We love it for dysphagia.
So definitely better than the seed oils.
It's got a higher smoke point, and it's just that good, healthy fat.
That we all need.
We all need it.
Yep.
So we're just going to get our pan going, and then we're going to add some avocado oil. So what else are we? I love this because it's all anti-inflammatory.
All anti-inflammatory, and we've got a nutritionally complete meal here. So, and it is very easy to make it levels 5 and 6, just without having to process.
Right. So I cut the zucchini so it's in that soft and
won't use
bite-sized
that one.
size.
We won't use that
I'll leave
one.
it there. It's okay for the dog to have zucchini. It's fine.
Yes, it is.
I will not pick up the onion and show you, but these are all soft and bite-sized sized also.
Yes.
We'll get them cooking. They'll get soft. After we get these in the pan, I am going to chop lettuce so it's small.
The spinach, so it's small. Absolutely. It looks like lettuce.
Words are hard today.
It's okay. It's okay. So what we're going to make for you guys is I need to fix the camera.
Okay.
Is a frittata.
Yes.
If you would prefer quiche, you absolutely can put a crust under it. I do recommend that you bake the crust at least a little bit first.
Yes.
We are doing just the frittata just so that we'll save ourselves a little bit of time. But if you can handle the crust, then absolutely make a crust with it.
Yep. And if you are concerned because you need to blend it and you're concerned that the crust, because it's a starch, will make it too thick when you blend it, you can always make the frittata and cook the crust separately and then blend the crust and add a little bit into your puree to thicken it a tiny bit and also give that flavor. So you have options depending on how you want to proceed. So pan is going. I'm going to throw our oil in, and then we are going to go through our feed in the group and
see if there's any questions that are not fully answered this week.
Or if we want to add extra answers to.
Or if we want to add extra, yes.
So as soon as this is hot, I'm going to throw in the onion first. And then once that starts to get soft, we'll throw in the zucchini and the garlic. We are going to season with salt and pepper as we go because we need to layer flavor so it tastes better once it's pureed. It's a trick we've learned over the years. Do you want a fork or a whisk or?
Yeah, I'll get it in a sec.
Okay.
No worries.
So first comment was put in an hour ago.
Oh.
I'm new to the group. Hi, I recently joined because my children's father has to eat a level 1 diet after throat cancer and now recently has had a stroke. He's really missing normal food and currently surviving on a supplement called 2Cal. I would really appreciate any advice, recipes I could perhaps try to make with added calories. He is craving spaghetti bolognese. I believe that's what that says. Thanks in advance. So,
I would be craving spaghetti bolognese also.
And you can make that and puree it, but we really want to focus on getting the right nutrients into him right now. Marsha says, I made quiche for us. I just scoop out egg mixture after cooking and add a little crust from the bottom. Beautiful job, Marsha.
Great idea, just to add part of the crust. That's great.
So I'm going to just message Heidi.
We probably should add something here.
Okay, here I come. Here I come. Because it got a little hot. See, this is what I mean about higher smoke point. Because some of us forget what we're doing. And need our friend to remind us to do our job.
It's a little hot.
Turning it down. Okay.
Salt and pepper?
Yeah. So, higher calorie. We like the avocado oil because it's high calorie. We like regular avocado. Nut butters we really like. Just if you're worried about the stickiness of them, you can try something like peanut butter powder or almond butter powder or almond flour in things. They do sell peanut flour on Amazon, so you can use that in things also.
Really? I didn't even know that.
I want to get some and try to do some things with it because it's different. So this recipe, Heidi, is going to be great because you can get it super smooth when you puree it, and it's also calorie dense and nutrient dense. So we want to get the nutrients from this zucchini and the protein and the fat from the eggs and the fiber from the onions and the garlic. So we just want to put in as much nutrition as we possibly can. So there are lots of recipes in the group. If you go back and look at our lives from every week through whenever they've deleted them.
Yeah. They give us about 30 days, guys.
Yep.
I always put them, after I download them, I put them in the pinned section, not pinned. Is it called pinned for them?
Featured.
Featured. The featured section
Yeah.
of this group. Everything that's available to you should be in there.
Yep, and then they are on YouTube most of the time.
Yes.
Although they don't go up there as fast.
Not
so
as quickly, no.
if you want them to watch them sooner, you got to catch them before Facebook deletes them. So we also have a cookbook, Heidi, on our website, dysphagiaduo.com, in our shop that has, it's more some winter recipes. It was our winter cookbook from last year. But it's got recipes that are higher calorie, nutrient dense, and we teach how to modify them so they're either pureed, minced and moist, etc. Linda,
Again later.
I love that, Linda.
Thank you.
Kara, hello. Finally made one. We're so glad you're here. Katie Lynn, thank you. I appreciate that you think we look summery.
Yes, thanks.
Yes.
It's been hitting pretty summery around here these days. Actually, for a while.
Yeah. Okay. So, advice. Get your protein in first for your husband. Protein is the key to help him build strength back, especially after a diagnosis like cancer. We really, really want to encourage high protein, high calorie. So we always start with deciding on a protein at a meal first. So in this meal, our protein is our eggs. If you need to bump up the calories and the protein even more, you could get full fat cottage cheese and whip it into your eggs and put it
Great
in,
idea.
and it's going to make it higher calorie, higher protein, and creamier, especially when you blend it. You could do goat cheese if you need that extra pop of flavor. You could do feta cheese. If you're vegan vegetarian, you could do coconut milk, which would change the flavor a little bit, but it would still add that higher calorie. Protein powder you could add to this.
Unflavored protein powder. I do have some goat cheese. You want to put some goat cheese in it?
I do, yeah. Oh, that sounds so good. See, and we figure things out as we go. Kara says, love goat cheese, did not think about cooking the cottage cheese with the eggs. So we also have a YouTube video on pureed scrambled eggs. And it is our highest watched video because we walk you through step by step on how to do good pureed scrambled eggs. And we do add cottage cheese to them in the video because it makes them extra silky smooth and increases the protein. So we're just going to let the rest of this just get nice and wonderful.
All the time. Good job, Marsha.
Okay. I'm going to throw away my garlic ends. And because we're layering the flavor, we're going to season again.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Oh, I didn't. Not since I put in the...
The zucchini?
Correct. I didn't. So I lied.
That's okay. Okay. And then I'm going to chop the spinach to try to get it down a little bit smaller, but it's going to cook the fastest, so we're going to put it in last. Oh, I'm so excited that you have goat cheese for this. Okay. So level 1 diet. So when you say level 1, I believe that's pureed in the old dysphagia diet terminology. So in International Dysphagia Diet Standardization Initiative, IDDSI, it would be level 4 pureed. So we try not to confuse you, so we like to identify both terminologies so that everyone can be on the same page depending on which one you follow.
It's not working so well. I just need a pair of scissors.
I will assist with the pair, maybe not. Maybe I'll let you put them back together. Of course, I probably got it right there as I was going to hand them over. So, Stephanie, for this gentleman who now recently had the stroke after this, as our resident brain injury specialist and having a ton of experience with stroke in particular, what is the best recommendation you can give?
Work with a therapist. Hopefully there's a therapist that you've already been assigned to and that you're working with to help him move through the swallowing therapy.
Yep.
And then if there is other therapy, other speech therapy that he needs, they should be able to provide that as well. So it sounds like he's been through a lot, and kudos to you for being so supportive.
Absolutely.
It's not, these are hard times. That's hard stuff.
Yep. And so I think that point, you've done some talks in the past on caregiver support and how important it is for us to care for the caregivers.
Absolutely. You have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of him.
Yes.
Very
so
important.
We're so glad you're here, Heidi. We're so glad you're reaching out. And if you have any other questions, please send them over to us because we're happy to support you. So I hope I sort of answered some of that. Go back and watch some of our other videos. Check us out on YouTube. There's lots of recipes. And then, of course, we can basically turn anything you make into an appropriate consistency. So you just need to let us know what it is that you want to make.
And delicious too. I mean, sometimes a lot of the complaints that we've had about pureed food is that it just loses its flavor. And keep watching us. We can show you how to help to retain the flavor when you're pureeing.
Correct.
That is our biggest goal, is to have pureed food be as tasty as what everyone else in the family is eating.
Yes, and we want him to feel like he's part of the family also, so having to make him something separate all the time is not always mentally helpful for either of you. So if we can just help you figure out how to adjust what you're already making so that it's the appropriate texture for him, we can do that. Okay. So please reach out if you have any other questions.
Do you want the goat cheese in the eggs, or do you want to put it on?
So I'm almost thinking that after we put the veggies in the pan, we should sprinkle it over the top, because the veggies will help it melt just a little bit, and then we'll put the egg over it, and it'll melt more. Okay. I don't know. There's no wrong way. You do it however you want.
I agree.
Okay, I'm gonna do another little handful here.
Spinach cooks down to close to nothing. So it seems like she is cutting
a lot.
way more spinach than we would need, but it's going to cook down to nothing.
Throw this in the food processor if you don't want to do this cutting part.
Yeah, absolutely. And cut it to the size that it works for you.
Yep. Or you can saute it separately and then puree it, and then add it to your eggs and make green eggs without the ham.
That's true.
Just a thought.
I can't get pureed food past my brain, just too stubborn, even though my dysphagia will never improve. Sorry to hear that, Linda. Hopefully you'll be able to make some things pureed that.
Yeah.
Better.
I would start with foods that would typically be pureed. So like potato leek soup is supposed to be a smooth pureed soup, right? Or
butternut squash soup.
Butternut squash soup, carrot ginger soup. We have a carrot ginger soup recipe in our cookbook.
Yes, we do.
And I'm also thinking like split pea soup is oftentimes pureed.
It can be, absolutely.
So I would start with soup. How are we looking here? You think that's good?
I think it's good.
Okay. Do we want to do another handful, or should we just start with that?
I would just do that.
Okay.
I think that will be plenty.
Let's throw it in. And it's going to look like a crazy amount, remember, but
it will cook down. Here it goes. Kara, I could eat the whole tube too. I love it in my salads.
oh yeah. Okay. So, I guess we don't need this anymore, right?
No.
Okay.
This
So,
out of the way.
next comment. My son has been diagnosed with dysphagia and tolerates moderately thick liquids without aspiration that we know of. He had a third swallow study done where I thought the intention was to try more real food and thick purees, but they just did moderately thickened whole milk and said, he's good. He's 20 months old, no feeding tube. They haven't said anything about real food other than he needs to be on moderately thickened feeds, but he's not on breast milk anymore or a formula. So by thickened feeds, should I only be offering thick purees and not real food anymore? I'm so confused and left with 1,000 questions. No one has said anything about whole foods. I joined this group and saw that everyone is pretty much pureeing everything, which shocks me because they genuinely have not said anything about regular food at all, just liquids. Is it different from everyone? And then the next part of that is, has anyone dealt with thrush while on thickened fluids? He has it now and never having it before, and it's been miserable. Yes, I believe that. He ate next to nothing for a week, but is hydrated. We have to unlock his jaw quite literally to wipe his mouth down because he hates it so much. Understandable. Stephanie went to get something because I think she probably has an idea.
I was looking for the IDDSI.
Matt?
Yeah.
I am not sure where it went, but we can talk through it and post a picture of it.
So moderately thick would be level 3.
In foods. Yes.
Well, I mean, foods or liquids, yeah. So when pureeing, it would need to be a thinner puree if you want it moderately thick.
Yep.
On our, I don't know if it's on the Dysphagia Duo page or on this page, the IDDSI.
It should be in the featured section. Oops, what's happening here?
Yeah, it is.
It's up at the top in the featured section. You just have to scroll over until you find the IDDSI framework.
But if you're doing this on the phone, you will have to click into the featured section and scroll.
Yes. So I want to address the liquids versus foods. He should be on real foods.
Yes. Especially if he can tolerate moderately thick, then we can get a lot of things. We have other people here that are on level 3.
Yes. Yes.
And they're pureeing everything to that level. So you're in the right place.
Yes. So I believe in your case, it's a lack of ignorance on the provider's part because they just don't know and they don't understand. So
they probably don't realize that he's not getting solid food yet either.
Right.
At 20 months old, he needs more nutrition.
Right.
Than just thickened milk. That's, yeah. Okay, we're cooking this I'm going to just put a couple of drops of water to steam it down a little bit more.
Just to soften that spinach up even more.
Yeah.
Soup and cottage cheese and scrambled eggs work good, and protein drinks. Yes. Going to make meatloaf tonight. First time since dysphagia. Suggestion, what to add to make smooth or puree well. There are probably breadcrumbs in your mixture. So that's part of the starch that's going to help it. You will potentially need a little bit of extra fat or a little bit of extra starch, even though there are breadcrumbs in there. So something like potato flakes or a little bit of extra broth or adding gravy. If you're making gravy with your meatloaf, adding some of that in there when you puree it is going to help it smooth out as much as possible. Yes. And if you're making your meatloaf with part ground pork and part ground beef, it will get even smoother.
Yeah, you bet.
So, yes. Okay. So, moderately thickened feeds refers to moderately thickened liquids or liquidized foods. So, we can turn almost anything into a smooth, moderately thick liquid. Oh.
Smells delicious.
I love this.
So if you're just joining us, this is our sauteed vegetables. Onions,
garlic.
zucchini, garlic, and spinach because it's National Spinach Day.
Yes. Yes. So we can turn this into a level 3 liquidized, and it's going to be a beautiful green color with all the spinach and the zucchini in there.
And it will be a well-rounded, a fully complete, nutritionally sound meal.
High in fiber, high in protein.
Just put a bunch in and I'll stir it around and let it.
Okay. Deal. She said put a bunch in. Did you guys hear that?
I did.
We can get it out of the
So goat cheese has a little bit of a funky flavor. You could use Parmesan, or you could not put cheese at all. You could use cheddar. You could use whatever cheese you like.
100%. Okay. Is that good, or you want more than that?
I think that's good.
Okay.
I think that'll help it to be super creamy. And
I think so too. So, Amber, I would start with him with foods that you think he's going to like. So, we want things that smell good because we start with the pre-oral phase for swallowing. It needs to smell good so that your mouth starts to water. So we want, oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this.
yeah.
We want him to smell it first so that he is less likely to clamp down.
Well, and if he's never had solid foods before, you're probably going to have to introduce things like you would an infant or, a baby just starting, because he's got to develop those flavors. So you don't know really yet what he likes. So I would start with things that you're cooking for your family.
Yes.
And add one of those in. I need to fix that.
Yeah.
And let him see you
Eat it.
preparing it for him.
Yep.
So that he knows it's the same thing.
Yep. And if he sees you eating it and you feeding it to him, you will have more success in the long run. It may not happen on that first shot, but it will help in the long run. More exposure to foods is the best thing you can do for him. So we want to get high quality nutrition in, and you're going to do that by exposing him to more and more and more things. Oh yeah, this looks great. So we are doing it more in a wider,
In so that it will cook a little bit.
yep, faster. And hopefully, because it's in the little convection oven, it'll cook evenly. That's our hope. Okay, so it's in. Okay. We are happy to help with any other questions you have. Please reach out to us. Don't be a stranger. We want to help. We want to answer all your questions, especially because having a child that does not feel well and has some struggles is the most stressful thing you can go through. We hear you. We're here. We're thinking about you, and we're here to help. Okay, so thrush. Thrush is one of those infections that people get for a number of different reasons. It can be because of a medication. It can be exposure to certain foods. Maybe you're just sensitive to it and your body can't fight it off well. It could be a number of things.
So antibiotics are notorious for causing thrush. So if your child or whomever has it has thrush and is on or has an antibiotic going, it's likely that. But for people who don't eat solid foods, it's more common because the solid foods are not helping to scrape your tongue. Okay? So you can get buildup on your tongue that if the pH or the environment is just right, you can grow this yeast. So it doesn't have to be from a medication or something individual. The important thing is when you're not eating solid foods, be sure to be brushing your tongue along with your teeth, because so very important. Yes, so steroids also, inhalers absolutely. Another notorious one. Thank you, Marcia.
Yep.
But very important to brush your tongue or scrape your tongue, whatever, however you do it, or you can get your child to do it if it's for a child. Very important, because it can get painful, and then it will affect people's desire to eat.
Yeah.
I can't get this right.
Just keep trying. I know the camera's being funky today. First the microphones were being funky, and yep. Okay, so our next question, I was wondering if anyone in this group has been diagnosed with esophageal ischemia. I can't answer that question exactly, but I feel like that is one that is more on the rare side. But that's also, ischemia can happen anywhere in the body. Anywhere that there are blood vessels, we can have blockages. So it's important to remember that we want you to eat as healthy as possible, getting adequate protein, eating enough fiber, so that your body can process all of these things that are happening in there and decrease your risk of clots wherever they may happen. So I always worry about the brain typically when we hear ischemia, because that's what we hear about the most, but
Right.
It can happen anywhere.
It can. Katie Lynn put a toothbrush in.
Thank you to our resident dental expert for
Yes.
supporting our oral health initiative. I say resident, she's in Alaska, so not exactly close by, but
It's all right.
still. Okay, let's see. We just transitioned from gel mix to Simply Thick. My daughter is on moderately thick. Can I make up a pitcher of juice or water ahead of time with this? I love this question. I did answer this one.
Yes.
Yes, you can make any thickened liquid up ahead of time. Make sure you cover it and you label it with the date you made it, because you really don't want it to go more than 3 or 5 days without being consumed. If it's there longer than 5 days, throw it out and make a new one.
So Simply Thick gel thickeners typically will hold. The powdered ones will not necessarily hold
Yeah.
a full pitcher full. So keep that in mind. If you're using a gel one, then yes, you
Yeah.
can.
The Simply Thick is more stable, and we try to avoid the powders, and some of the older powders really don't work well when they sit. You want to make them fresh, but some of the newer ones like Dysphagia Aid and is it Purithic? The blue one?
Yes.
They hold pretty well when you pre-make them, but you really don't want them to go too long.
Yeah,
in
and
the
I think
fridge.
you can get a bigger container of those,
Yes.
not
Yes.
just the single serve.
We have a picture of chicken primavera with pasta.
Yummy.
Looks delicious. Great job. Stephanie welcomed.
That comes out
so many more
when we
people.
have 60. When we have
more
60 people join, it automatically gives the welcome. So welcome to all the new people.
Yeah, we're so happy you're here.
Yes.
And so I think we talked about this. Maybe not. I know you answered this question, but I would love for you to answer it again.
Okay.
And I talked about this with an intern at work today too.
So let me see if I have the same answer as I had before.
Okay. Posted anonymous, as it's my first time here. We're so happy you're here. Feel a bit silly asking this. How I struggle to swallow water, liquids, but I'm fine with food.
Oh, yes, I remember answering
Okay.
that one.
Okay.
Yes, that's very common. So some people have trouble with liquids, some people have trouble with solids, and some people have trouble with both. The reason for each difficulty is different. So if you're having trouble with liquids, it is related to the speed of your muscles. If you are having trouble with solids, it is related to the strength of your muscles. So if you're having trouble with both, there's probably issue with both the speed and the strength of your muscles. So not uncommon at all, not a silly question, but there are different ways to address things when you're having that kind of difficulty. If you think about how fast a liquid comes through a straw, you have to be able to, those muscles have to be as fast, if not faster, than that water is. Boy, I'm getting frustrated with this today.
So your muscles have to work together, but they have to be able to go just as fast or faster than the water so it doesn't get away from you. Many people, you wrote, it's very common to have difficulty with one or the other. Typically, difficulty with solids is about strength, and difficulty with liquids is about the speed of the muscles. Many people do have difficulty with both, but not always.
Yes, and that's true.
Yes. Okay, and then I saw my GP, and she has me in for a 2-week window at the hospital, not counting on it, but we know what the NHS is like. I explained I can't hold it in my mouth till I can swallow it properly, but I'm fine with food. I explained I feel like I have a lump of phlegm stuck in the back of my throat. Not diagnosed, but I wanted to pop in and ask anyone had this. Thank you.
I want to read that again.
Okay.
2 week. I can hold it in my mouth till I can swallow it properly, but I'm fine with food. Okay. Lump of phlegm stuck in the back of my throat.
My first inclination is dehydrated.
Yes.
Not all, but.
And my second thought is inflammation. And there's really not anything stuck, but you may have a sensation of inflamed tissues.
Yep. So you're hyper aware of that feeling. So we see often people who have to hold it in their mouth for a long time before they can initiate that swallow.
That's actually a strategy that I teach people,
Yeah.
so that they don't aspirate. I want them to hold it until they're ready to swallow, because if you swallow too fast and some of it gets away from you, the risk of it going in the wrong place is greater.
Yep. And so you often recommend like a chin tuck to keep it in the front of your mouth until you're ready to swallow and those muscles activate so that you don't lose it backwards.
Right.
So I know that's effective for a lot of people.
It is. When I see people tipping their head back to help them swallow, it makes me nervous.
It makes me nervous too.
Please don't do that. I would rather your muscles activate.
Yep. All right.
What else have we got?
Have any of you taken a cruise that could accommodate your special diet? I know someone that's on here has and was not allowed to bring a blender.
Right. But I don't, yes.
And they tried their best to make it the right consistency, from what I remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. So you need to talk with them, let them know what accommodations you need. Yes.
Karen, we weren't going to say it, but...
We weren't going to call you out. You need to contact whoever is in charge of the cruise for the activities, entertainment, diet, whatever. Because they want to know about your dietary restrictions. So you need to... Oh, Carnival allowed Carol to bring her blender. That's good to know too. So
that is fantastic.
Ask, and explain the importance of you doing things yourself. Explain the importance of having the right texture, and they should be able to accommodate you because they want your money.
They want you to be happy. It's supposed to be a great time for you. So hopefully, if you just give them a call. Sounds like if it's Carnival, it sounds like they may be willing now to accommodate that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
The camera's going to make you crazy, I know.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I went on Carnival and they insisted I couldn't. Maybe they have changed their policy since I went. Maybe they have. Hopefully they have. All right, so next question. Hi all, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm here because I had surgery to remove a vestibular schwannoma tumor, and it has left me with dysphagia after 10 months on the lovely Kate Farms liquid diet through a feeding tube. I am looking for ways to eat more while also dealing with my reduced voice, weeping eye, remaining slice of tumor, and still partly frozen face. Slowly but surely getting better. So I love Kate Farms. I love what they're about. I love their product, and it's more of a whole foods product, but it's also nutritionally complete. But that being said, for someone who had surgery and also had a tumor, which means cancer, we want, not always cancer, no?
No, a tumor doesn't mean
Not
cancer.
always mean cancer. Okay, I stand corrected. We want you to have higher protein, higher calorie to try to recover.
For the healing, yes.
Kate Farms is not always higher protein. So we want you to supplement some extra protein into that diet. You can add extra into your feeding tube. You can try to get some in if you are safe to do that, because it looks like you are trying to eat more. I would really encourage higher protein first, because you're getting plenty of carbs and good quality fats in that Kate Farms. That being said, if you're having trouble with regular texture proteins, blend them with a little bit of starch and some healthy fat like avocado oil, avocado, cottage cheese, etc.
Yes, and Marcia is saying the buffering problem may be your Wi-Fi or network congestion. Absolutely. I think we have quite a bit of tablet and computer use going on right now. So that may have to change. But thank you for that thought, Marcia.
Yes.
That may be the problem. We may have to address that.
We are so grateful for the support we get from you all also.
Yes. Yes. I think you're right,
Yeah.
Marcia.
So I hope you just continue to eat as much as you can and get that nutrition in through your tube to make sure your needs are met, and then you can supplement with anything by mouth that you can. It's just going to improve your status through improving that nutrition.
Yeah.
I use Kate Farms for my tube on days I am just too tired to attempt the swallow. And this is why I love feeding tubes.
Yep.
Because you can maintain that strength through a tube without having to burn those calories.
Well, and you know what your intake should be, and if your intake falls short of that, you have that as a safety net.
Yep.
You know, and sometimes when you get a cold or when you've had an extra busy day, those days are just going to happen. I have those days, but I don't have to worry as much because I don't have difficulty getting it in sometimes.
Right.
So,
Right.
great way to put it, Carol.
Yeah, I thank you for that, Carol. I think that's really, really important. So for those of you that have a tube, utilize that tube to fullest ability, and then supplement by mouth if you can and are safe to do so. Someone else said I have a PEG tube. You can hydrate yourself better this way, especially with the hydration. If you're struggling to get enough water in, getting that water in through the tube is one of the best things you can do for yourself also to keep yourself hydrated. So that's fabulous. Someone else said, does anyone use a Thermomix for preparing meals? I'm after some inspiration and recipes. Is that a type of blender?
Thermomix.
I have to look it up.
Is it one of those soup maker things?
Yes, it's a soup maker. That's fun.
That's a great idea. We talked about those a while back and we never got one.
It's a multi-cooker. That is 28 functions: chop, blend, steam, etc. So what I was saying earlier about the soup, like any soup recipe, you can make in one of those things. And we have done lots and lots of soup on our cooking show.
Soup is one of the easiest things to probably blend because you have the extra liquid anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Carol agrees about the hydration thing. Love that. Thank you, Carol. Yeah, so I think our recipe last week, the stuffed zucchini boats, we were talking about how that could have been made into a soup.
Absolutely.
And it would have been delicious. So any of those
Yes.
you can try.
Great. Let's go back a little bit. I'm hoping I didn't miss.
I can't type. Cannot type today. That's okay.
Well, there's some, yeah,
Okay.
crazy stuff going on.
Next, anyone wonder if the constant phlegm in their throat is making it hard to swallow? I've been feeling like food is stuck for months now, and I constantly have phlegm in my throat that I'm coughing up. Like the food is getting stuck in the phlegm.
Yes, it can make it difficult to swallow. But the question is, why do you have so much phlegm? My first instinct is because you're a bit dehydrated. And so all of your mucous membranes are dry. So your all of the fluids that help to or to keep your swallowing mechanism
Moist.
moving and moist,
They're
are
slow
thick.
and sticky.
Slow and sticky.
Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah. So I also have some phlegm. My allergies this year really making my life difficult. So you can have phlegm because of environmental allergies. You can have phlegm because of food sensitivities. If your body is sensitive to something in or around it, you may be producing phlegm as a protective mechanism. So I would talk to your doctor first. Can you get on an allergy medication? So my doctor recently put me on a daily allergy medication to help reduce my symptoms. And it has helped a little bit, but I still kind of cough things up. Oh my goodness, that looks lovely.
I'm pretty sure.
It looks
it's done.
Yeah. Okay.
Very done.
So the next thing is food sensitivities. We see people all the time with increased mucus production because they're sensitive to something in their diet. So sometimes process of elimination can help. I think we recommend a food diary every week. Same thing here. Write down what you're eating, write down what time you're eating, and then write down what time symptoms happen and what those symptoms are so you can start to develop a pattern. Because we want you to be able to figure out what those foods are so you can cut them out or at least cut them back. Yes. Okay. I cannot spell section or question because I always flip the N and the O at the end. My fingers can't keep it in the correct order. Okay. Anyone else having difficulty breathing, especially when trying to eat? I went to the ER already and the CT scan was normal.
That's because it takes a lot of coordination for eating and swallowing.
Because you have to stop breathing in order to swallow.
Yep.
So
It's
yes.
actually one of the things that we look at during a swallowing evaluation is the coordination of breathing and swallowing. So yes, it can cause a problem. Ooh. I would ask your doctor for a referral to a speech therapist. Now this so easily
Falls apart.
minced and moist, yes. So because of all of the liquid that was still in the spinach, yeah, it doesn't even have to be that small, but
Minced
Yeah,
and
it
moist,
can.
right there.
Yeah.
Super easy. It is delicious. So the last time, oh goodness, that's so good. The last time we did spinach, we didn't chop it up like this, and it was a little bit stringy. Chopping it up like this totally eliminates that problem. Oh my goodness, this is delicious.
Yes. So mash it with a fork to make minced and moist. Just chop it up with your fork or spoon for level 6, which is
Yep. So
soft and
I
bite-sized.
also want to say, anytime you're having difficulty breathing and it affects your intake, this is a problem. So we need to get you to the right person. So a dentist who specialized in TMJ identified my breathing problem. And I had surgery like 3 weeks later because I had a nasal obstruction. I could not breathe. And so I didn't want to swallow because when I'd swallow, I had to stop breathing. There are other things. So some of the suggestions are hiatal hernia can cause it. It can because it increases pressure on your lungs and makes it hard to breathe. It could be sleep apnea. It could be so many different things. So please ask for a speech therapy referral, ask for an ENT referral, have them check out your nose, have them check out your lung function. You may need a pulmonologist. We just start with the easy things. Like have a speech therapist evaluate what's going on.
I didn't. So you can use broth to help blend this to a pureed level. I don't have any broth made or any broth available. So I'm going to use water, but I'm going to salt the water so that we don't pull any of the flavor out of the food.
Yes. Okay.
Where is the salt? Right here.
This is so tasty. So if you want to do a crust, you can. It would be good either way. If you wanted to do little individual ones in like muffin tins, you can. You could do this any way you wanted. Okay. I'll get a little dish to put this in.
Here we go. We'll start. We'll see because there's already. So I'm not going to screw it on because then it would create pressure because this is hot food. So I'm just going to hold it over. You can also, you can cover it with a towel if you prefer. It's steaming beautifully.
Yep. Once again, we have a high protein soup.
Yes.
And I feel like this is going to be more on the liquidized level than on the pureed level. If you need a little bit of thicker, you can add some thickener. You can add
It looks completely smooth.
the crust. If you wanted to do crust, it does look completely smooth, which makes sense because spinach, silky smooth. Watching from the UK. Hi, Rhonda. We're so happy you're here.
Yes.
Mom back in the hospital. Her tests are all normal, but she's frightened of this condition. She's 85 and lost so much weight. We love you too. We want you here. We are so glad you are here. Soup, right? We hear my tests are normal all the time. All the time.
Oh man. So good. So good. Eric, I notice when catching my breath from physical activity, it's more difficult to swallow right away. Have to wait a bit to catch your breath. Absolutely, because that coordination is off. Also, after heavy physical activity, you may have dried out your mucous membranes by breathing heavier. It happens.
This is so light and fluffy. Yes.
I'm trying to decide which one I like better because this one,
Look.
I think I like this better.
I'm having trouble deciding because both have really fabulous flavor.
This is good, guys. You need to make this. Wow.
Okay. Hey, look, this is why I love our food holidays because
Yeah, it gave us the idea today.
spinach. All right. Last thing before we sign off. Spinach, high in vitamin C, vitamin A, and vitamin K1, which is that thing we don't want you to eat when you're on a blood thinner like warfarin or Coumadin, as it's otherwise known. So if you're already eating greens and you're on warfarin, you probably don't need to make a change. If you're on warfarin, don't go adding a bunch of spinach. A little bit is okay, but a bunch is not, so be careful because it'll make your medication not work well. It also has folate, which is an amazing B vitamin, great for your brain and your nervous system, and B6. It also has iron.
Yeah.
As a veggie food, it's high in iron. We love spinach.
Yes.
It does have some calcium. It also has magnesium, which is great for calming and helping with nerve and gut health. And then also potassium, which is great for your heart health.
So good for you.
And then a bunch of other antioxidants that help keep you healthy. So spinach is a winner. And this is an even more of a winner.
This is really good, folks. So it is a frittata. If you prefer quiche, add the crust. You can, if you're pureed and want just a little bit of the crust so that it doesn't get too thick, that's a great idea. Scoop out some of the contents and then just add a small amount of the crust into your blender when you're blending.
Yep.
But this is, even without a crust, it is delicious. But we sauteed all our vegetables in avocado oil first to soften them.
And add extra healthy fat.
And extra healthy fat. Good stuff.
And also adds calories for those of you that need a higher calorie food. You need all those vitamins. Yes. So true, Rhonda. Yes. Try this, and I encourage you, if you're making it for someone else and they need it pureed, puree it and eat it with them. This is delicious.
It's good. It's really good.
I
would eat that I would consider that a soup.
You know what though? Now it is pureed texture because it's
congealing.
Yeah, like that egg protein is not hardening but firming up, and it's yeah.
Well, it still drips, but it's thickening up because of the egg.
So if you need a little thinner, add a little more water. So okay.
So good.
I think that's all we have.
I think I'm going to puree some more. Just
do it. I'm going to eat this piece.
Do it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see you next week.
Bye,
we don't know what the Hood holiday will be next week, but we'll come up with something good. If you guys have ideas or want to see us cook something so that you know how to do it, send us a message.
Yes.
We want to know.
Yeah. You're welcome. We'll see you later,
Have a good night.
guys.